This is CBS News New York.
Right now at 5, the search for the gunman police say killed the CEO of UnitedHealthcare. What we're learning this morning about the shooter's movements before and after the murder.
Jury deliberations continue today in the highly watched Daniel Penny subway chokehold death. The pieces of evidence that jurors wanted to see one last time.
Rain, snow, strong winds in some parts of the area. This is a live look from the mobile weather lab, checking out the roads. We are tracking it all and how it could impact your commute on this First Alert Weather Day.
Good morning on this Thursday, December 5th. I'm Chris Raggi.
And I'm Mary Calvi. Welcome to CBS News New York, and let's get right over to Tony and your First Alert forecast at 5 o'clock.
Hi there, Mary and Chris. So it's nice to see some flakes flying in and around the city, but want folks to know that this could have an impact on your day. So that is why it's a First Alert Weather Day. So anything you could do to buy yourself any extra time to get to wherever you gotta be on a Thursday morning will help as you deal with some wet roads and the winds and the chill, especially that comes later. Some snow showers in the mix, and yeah, it gets gusty and cooler. Right now, radar is lit up, but not everywhere. Some of you catching a bit of a break, but want to zoom in and show you the next batch of snow showers that are working through the area right now from the west to moving into Jersey as we speak. Heads up in Raritan, Mount Olive, Roxbury, Bridgewater. Arrival times on your screen, and eventually into Warwick and Troy Hills here in a moment. But hey, I got to tell you, these temperatures out the door, it's not quite as cold as we were yesterday. Some of you were up by close to 20 degrees. So as a result, some areas, any snow that falls will have a tough time sticking. It's more the wet, slushy type of snow. The temperature's up, but hey, not for long. Winds are out of the southwest and the clouds keeping the numbers up. These gusts are really going to be howling near 50 miles per hour. We'll talk about what that does to the wind chill and check in with the neighborhoods in a moment. But right now, it's time to check in with Guy Stanier and your First Alert traffic. Good morning, Guy.
Good morning, Tony. We're going to start in Jericho. We have an accident investigation. It has all lanes closed on the eastbound side of the LIE at exit 39. All traffic is being diverted off to the service road. This happened around 4 a.m. Stick with the northern state for a better ride. We have some subway issues in Brooklyn. Northbound 2 and 4 trains are running with delays due to a rail replacement project at Franklin Avenue, Medgar Evers College. And checking on mass transit's Big 4, everything running on or close to schedule. And it's another gridlock alert day, so mass transit will be your best bet. Alternate side parking is in effect today citywide. Chris and Mary, back to you.
Guy, thank you. Stay with CBS New York for the latest on the winter storm and find out how it might affect your commute. Tony and Guy will have those First Alert forecasts and traffic reports throughout the morning.
Well, now to the brazen murder of UnitedHealthcare CEO Brian Thompson in Midtown yesterday morning, and the intense manhunt now underway for his killer. We are freezing the video before Thompson is shot, but the shooting was captured on video in what police say was a pre-planned, targeted attack. The gunman then rode off on an electric bike. Police say he was seen riding into Central Park. Christina Fan joins us live from the scene with the latest on the investigation. Christina.
Mary and Chris, good morning. Nearly 24 hours after the shooting, an intense manhunt continues for the suspect in this case. Police say they are also still combing through the victim's electronics to see if there were any threats on that front, but they also say that the assailant left behind vital clues. Surveillance video captures the brazen, targeted attack on UnitedHealthcare CEO Brian Thompson Wednesday morning. We froze the video before the masked man with a gun and silencer shoots the 50-year-old father of 2 in the back and leg, then calmly jogs across the street in plain view of witnesses. One snapped this photo.
I was holding my phone, then I heard the shot. And when I looked at the guy was with a gun, like the silent gun.
Thompson was heading to the Hilton Hotel in Midtown to address investors at a UnitedHealthcare conference. The NYPD is working with authorities in Minnesota, where Thompson is from, to identify any specific threats against him. Police sources say detectives have uncovered rantings directed at the company, but no threats to his personal safety.
Many people passed the suspect, but he appeared to wait for his intended target. Every indication is that this was a premeditated, pre-planned, targeted attack.
From the Hilton, investigators believe the suspect hopped on a bike and rode to Central Park. Video obtained by CBS News then appears to show him leaving the park on West 85th Street about 15 minutes after the shooting.
What we're looking at is a gunman who was thoughtful and prepared, staked out the scene, began by shooting the person in the back.
Police say the suspect planned carefully, but not perfectly, going to a nearby Starbucks minutes before the shooting. Sources say surveillance images there may have captured enough of his face to run through facial recognition.
The full investigative efforts of the New York City Police Department are well underway, and we will not rest until we identify and apprehend the shooter in this case.
And police sources say investigators are also running forensic tests on a water bottle and candy wrapper they believe the suspect left behind at that Starbucks. They are also processing a cell phone that was disposed near the crime scene. Reporting live from Midtown, Christina Fan, CBS News, New York.
Christina, thank you. We'll have continuing coverage as the manhunt continues on air and streaming on CBS News, New York.
Jury deliberations resumed this morning in the trial of Daniel Penny, the Marine veteran accused in the subway chokehold death of Jordan Neely.
Yesterday, jurors asked to review key evidence and testimony in the case. Hannah Klieger, live outside the courthouse in Lower Manhattan for us right now. Hannah?
Good morning, Chris and Mary. So far, jurors have been deliberating for at least 9 hours since Tuesday afternoon. They will resume those deliberations once court begins this morning. As you mentioned yesterday, the jury sent 2 notes asking to take another look at key moments from the trial. That first note asked to review cell phone video and police body cam footage from May 1st of the incident and aftermath, as well as Penny's interview at the police station. The second asking for another pass at a piece of testimony from the medical examiner who performed Neely's autopsy. These follow a note sent Tuesday after deliberations began, asking for a reread of justification defenses and the definitions of the crimes charged. Penny has pleaded not guilty to second-degree manslaughter and criminally negligent homicide. The more serious charge of manslaughter carries up to 15 years in prison. If convicted of that, the jury won't be asked to return a verdict for the lesser charge. Once those deliberations resume this morning, a verdict can come down at any moment. And of course, we'll be following that. For now, we're live outside the courthouse in Lower Manhattan. Back to you.
All right, Hannah, thank you very much. An update on a fire in Edison that burned through a senior citizen complex Tuesday night. The town's mayor says a 101-year-old man who was rescued and initially revived has died. His wife is in critical condition. Investigators say the fire started in the couple's bedroom and spread through the C wing of the Inman Grove Senior Living Center. Dozens of elderly residents are now displaced. The cause of the fire is still under investigation.
The woman accused of sneaking past security and boarding a flight to Paris without a ticket is back in New York and facing federal charges. Svetlana Dali returned to JFK Airport on Wednesday on a Delta flight from Paris and was promptly taken into custody. The 57-year-old Russian national has a green card and lives in Philadelphia. A previous attempt to fly Dali home to Philadelphia ended with an outburst, and she was yanked from the flight. She's expected to appear before a federal judge today in Brooklyn.
Well, today, the full New York City Council expected to vote on Mayor Adams' controversial City of Yes housing plan. A modified version of the plan was approved last month by the City Council's Land Use and Zoning Committees. The proposal eases some zoning laws in order to allow the construction of 80,000 new housing units across the city. Supporters say it will create more affordable housing for New Yorkers, but the plan is also facing sharp criticism, especially from homeowners in single-family neighborhoods in the outer boroughs. Now let's get another check of your first alert forecasts, and Tony Sadiku is going to be with us to tell us about, well, this little snow squall that's been moving in this morning. We've seen some flurries in some areas in the northern suburbs. Mobile Weather Lab was up there in Sloatsburg this morning, Tony, but things are not too bad where we are here in the metropolis area.
That's right, Chris. So we're starting to catch a little bit of a break in and around the city, but do want to give folks the heads up. If you live in Sussex County right now, you're starting to get a little bit of snow piling out your windows. So watch out. Anywhere from Newton to Sparta, basically up into Vernon, you're catching some of that. It's right at the doorstep, Mount Olive into Randolph, and it's going to continue to push on through as it works its way towards Hanover. We will see how much of this holds together through parts of Passaic, maybe even to Bergen County. Just to give you a snapshot, by the way, of Wayne, New Jersey. So we'll keep in the chance of a snow shower. Temperatures are marginal, so it really depends on the intensity, how much of this sticks. But hey, this is something that could slow down your commute, even though it may not be necessarily snowing in and around the city. There might be impacts as you work your way into the city. And how about New Windsor? Temperatures struggle to get out of the 30s. We got Big Chill to talk about details in a bit, but right now let's get some traffic details. Hey, Guy.
Good morning, Tony. We're going to start in Jericho. We have an accident investigation. All lanes are closed on the eastbound side of the LIE at exit 39. All traffic being diverted off to the service road. This accident happened around 4 a.m. Stick with the northern state for a better ride. We have some subway issues in Brooklyn. Northbound 2 and 4 trains are running with delays due to a rail replacement project at Franklin Avenue, Medgar Evers College. Taking a live look outside at the Cross Bronx, right near the Bronx River Parkway, moving well in both directions. No delays eastbound to the Bruckner or westbound out to the George Washington Bridge. Alternate side parking is in effect today citywide, and it's another gridlock alert day. Chris and Mary, back to you.
Okay, Guy, thank you so much. Coming up, she stopped driving years ago, but now this Long Island woman is facing tickets from all over the country. How it's all linked to her old license plate.
More sightings of those mysterious drones in New Jersey, where they've been spotted this time.